many times in other states, I've watched in the service, national community service movement, the states that seem to have made the most progress were the ones whose leaders stayed in the game and stuck with, again, some simple ideas and stayed with things long enough and thought about sustainability early enough to be able to build some kind of foundations that could weather the individual storms. And I think that we had a set of one of those perfect storms in a good way. We had leaders who worked well together, who saw eye to eye well enough that they could begin thinking long-term about legacy. And you don't see that often. I think there's a certain appreciation for legacy in this state that I haven't seen in other states. And there's a mentality of people willing to perhaps give up some of their own personal opinions in order to unite with others to build some things that will outlast them. It's the good to great piece. It's the cathedral building concept. I think we have a phenomenal group of leaders at that time who have been cathedral builders. They've said, we're going to do our part in laying a foundation that will outlast any one of us. So it's a particular mentality, and I think it's a storm of leaders. Plus, we were also in the height of opportunity when it came to the nonprofit sector, came to the service movement, came to the various governors. I think people were smart in this state around really being open to working with each governor, because we've switched parties over the years, but really doing that proper outreach to build strong relationships. Having the Service Commission being led by the First Lady or the First Gentleman was a very smart move. You know, I think that people have been strategic here, far more strategic and more connected than I've seen as a commissioner with other states across the nation. I also want to say I think it's made a big difference to have that. I don't want to underplay the Kellogg Foundation's role in terms of its ongoing commitment. Out of my 18 years at the foundation, you know, a good 15 of them were involved in being a program officer devoted to these kinds of infrastructure issues. And I think we had a set of trustees who understood the importance of building infrastructure, who understood the importance of seizing the moment with the leadership, with the external context. And we had an unusual department called Philanthropy and Volunteerism. And that ongoing commitment of funding and building this infrastructure, I think, was a critical point in having this happen.